Welcome to the show, the episode. Start back.
You good? We pre-recording, so we can.
All right. Welcome to the show. Podcast of all podcasts, get it off the chest. We are here, all right, Saturday. You know what we do. We live at 5. So today, as we do it always, hope you had a great week. You should have because we here. And that's because of him. So what we do, all praise is due to the Most High. Okay? That's first and foremost. Now we're going to get the show started. All right? What we have today, this young lady, Evad. First, let me tell you, how she became a guest. Episode 12, my man Dave, the poet, if you didn't know it, when he came on, this is his daughter. So we are blessed to have her today, and she's going to discuss some things that you see. And for the audio listeners, she's going to explain to everybody that's listening what she's about to do. So with no further ado, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
For that lovely introduction.
Absolutely.
Said, I am Evad. That's actually Dave backwards. Shout out to my father, the poet.
Yeah.
So I'm Evad Ponder. I am actually the president of A.M.P.S Wellness, a nonprofit organization. A.M.P.S stands for the alignment of the mental, physical, and spiritual. And we are a nonprofit focused on community service, uplifting the community, bringing spirit back into lives. And I kind of wanted to start with that too, because I like how you started as far as all praise be. And I feel like we live in a secular society, not to say good or bad, but just a lot of people are not tapped into their spirit. They don't know what spirit is. They don't have faith. And we definitely want to restore that for our community because once you believe in yourself and believe in that higher power, that's how you transcend beyond your limitations and stuff like that. So starting with that,
that's
what
awesome.
Is your faith? What do you believe in?
I believe in the Most High. God, yes.
Okay. Is that from any religion or in general?
No, my grandma just told me just have a relationship with God.
Right.
And she lived to be 92, I think, at that time. And that's just what I've always went by.
Yeah.
It wasn't always a religion with me. I had a relationship with him, and from all the stuff I've been through and everything, I know he there. So that's where I stand, ladies and gentlemen. And it's about
I'll say personally, I did grow up in church. I was Methodist for the beginning,
Right.
And I found myself to be very spiritual, even at a young age. I resonated with it a lot. And I got to 3rd grade and started learning about all these different religions. And I was like, what? There's more out there. And so I consider myself spiritual because I really dibble and dabble into a lot of different beliefs. I think at the source of it all, it's trying to say the same thing. That one love, God is love. Life is beautiful. And I just feel like when you tap into that, there's magic in the air. And that's why I bring on my little tools.
I'm gonna learn something. We're gonna learn something, y'all.
So we can talk about.
And the cameo. Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
Hey, greetings, everyone.
Yes, he here.
Eva's father.
Yes.
I just wanted to interject for a moment. She said she was raised Methodist, but I'm not a Methodist.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind her, what did I tell you at an early age? What you should.
That there is no heaven or hell. That you make your heaven and hell with your choices.
Exactly.
So
let's just clarify that.
Yes, I did.
And build from it.
Right on.
I'll say
Brother Dave.
Right. Very true.
But yeah.
My Methodist background came from my grandparents. They had me in the church. I'm very grateful. I learned a lot from that as well.
Absolutely.
I love my Bible. I love all my religions.
Absolutely.
But thankfully, because I had a father who was so open and allowed me to explore and find what resonates with me, I was able to, know that there was more out there and not be restricted to one.
Absolutely.
And as I expanded and researched and looked into things, I definitely found other things I resonated with. going back to that magic in the air, these are some of my little magical tools because when you're in the present moment, anything can happen. And so I'll start with my sound bowl.
Okay.
Sound bowl makes frequencies, vibrations, you know, it'll set you at a certain frequency that connects with the chakra, you know, as far as what is it? Just getting you aligned, getting you into a state of mind that brings clarity.
Yes.
This is a blue sound bowl. So blue represents the throat chakra. I'll get into chakras. I'll try to start from the top so people can know what I'm talking about. For purposes of that, it's for the throat chakra. I'd say it probably helps with expression, you know, with speaking your truth and being honest and authentic. And I thought that was a perfect, you know, energy to bring into this space as we talk with one another. So
color, the color that's on here has a meaning. It's just not the blue bowl.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Everything has a meaning.
Right.
Even if you don't know why, but you'll find out, you know, as you live in this life.
All right.
So I want to give you an opportunity to play it to you because I think it feels different when you have it in your hand. But it's pretty simple.
Okay.
And you'll feel it. So not only will you hear it, but especially when you're holding it, the vibrations, you know, you definitely feel the energy.
So you want me to go ahead and do it now? So? Okay. All right.
I'll show you. Basically,
yeah, I'm gonna watch.
You know, you tap the side, give it a good little tap. I'll do it one time so you see too, and then you start moving around the circle.
Okay.
You could do it slow. I think it's easy to do it slow, and then the sound will build up to you. This is big, so hopefully it gets loud. We'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah.
But
that's dope.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I never thought I would be doing this.
Yeah.
You know, like this is heavy, y'all. This is what we doing.
Yes, indeed.
Just have to wait. All right. Once again, it's called a.
That is a sound bowl.
Sound bowl.
And this one is for the throat chakra.
For the throat chakra, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Yeah.
So I just tap it in.
Right. Tap the side. Move it around.
I can feel the vibration. This is heavy, man.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for that experience.
Of course. I'm a lover of sounds. I always got some music playing in my head or something.
Yes.
So when I found out about frequencies, it's been so enlightening, so helpful, honestly, as far as like going to sleep and clarity, meditation.
So how often would one, you know, perform this act if they, you know, have it?
I'll say there's no rules to this thing. You know, you do what feels best for you, definitely. Playing it, I love. It's a different experience because you get to feel it yourself. But I also, you know, listen to it on SoundCloud, you know, Spotify. So I'll just play frequencies on YouTube, you know. But yeah, I definitely think it's a great way to start. You know,
this is pretty awesome.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty dope. You know, Thank you again.
Yeah.
But go continue.
Right. Yeah. So this is A.M.P.S, and this is I wanted to start that way too because it's really just being authentic. A.M.P.S is all about building those connections. You know, having genuine relationships. We started this because we wanted to better ourselves. If I'm going to be honest, you know, we wanted to. Started to focus more on our physical health, you know, and we're in college, we party, you know, like we have fun, but we wanted to take our lives seriously and take ourselves seriously. And as we work on ourselves, it would be awesome to have a community of people who was, you know, focused on that same goal. So that was the mission, and that was the beginning. One of my best friends from middle school, so this is Woodland,
Yeah, I know about Woodland, East Point. Yeah,
right?
boy. I done told y'all.
Yes.
It's a family thing over here, boy. Yeah.
Yes, she called us, wanted to do like a fitness type group.
Okay.
And knowing me, it's like we gotta add some more things in there, it's a lot of things. I feel like we live in a society that tries to separate a lot of stuff. Your color, your class, what you do, what's your certificates, all that stuff.
No lie.
We try to bring it all together,
Yeah.
because it is all together. Life is holistic,
Yes.
It's parts, you're individual, but it's the connections that really fulfills you. So that's what we're trying to do.
I believe in that, yeah.
Thank you. And so I'll say our mission, because I did not say that, but our intentions are to inspire collective elevation and evolution by exploring the mind, strengthening the body, and connecting to the soul. And so collective elevation and evolution, that is the goal. Empathetic environments, not only personally, but physically. Right. So that's, caring for each other and caring for the world.
For the land. Yes.
People often forget, we live on Earth.
Yeah, stop littering.
Right. Stop littering. And, all this consumerism, stuff that we buy into, but we don't buy into our own, what we put our feet on the ground every day. So definitely trying to bring that back. So we do offer services. We have like yoga classes. We taught a crystal class as well. I get into a chakra class. We go into alchemy, a lot of occult studies, as you say, or what's hidden, what's not usually mainstream, because they don't put stuff like this out there.
No.
They have an agenda, So we try to break out the box, because you're not supposed to be in a box. We are limitless. We are expansive, and we just try to explore all the different avenues that we can express ourselves and create a safe space so that people feel comfortable, opening up as well. That's what it's all about.
Y'all heard her say limitless.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So let's see. I'll say the next thing, I'll get into chakras since we've been touching on that. I want to keep it in the flow. So as I was saying, I'm a believer in so many things. I believe in everything, honestly, because I believe in myself.
Absolutely.
And I discovered chakras. It's really an Eastern, maybe Hindu practice is where it originated. It's a belief system that we have 7 sources of energy, you could say, within us. We honestly have more. There's a lot of chakras, but the main, your core, you have 7. 7 is a powerful number. It's in the Bible. There's 7 days of creation. 7 is just when we talk about numbers, but going into the chakras, you start at your root. Root is the color red. That is going to be for being grounded, your stability, your survival, being connected to your body. That's the beginning, So that is just being safe, feeling secure, now that you're here. I'll say when it's in balance, that's what you'll feel. You'll feel comfortable. You'll feel at home everywhere. Nothing rocks you, or sweeps you off your feet. You're grounded.
Your foundation is right.
Exactly, that's your foundation. But if it's unbalanced, you could feel insecure. You could feel out of place. You could feel. A lot of people I've heard, feel like they don't belong here, like on Earth, or like an alien. You can feel out there in space.
It's another dimension. Yes.
And not to say I believe that too, but if you're here for a reason. So you do belong here.
Right.
But,
great point.
Right.
Great point.
Yes. Every life, but if that is unbalanced, you may not feel that. You may not feel that connection to the Earth. And to yourself, to your body. So it's super important. If it's overactive, you may feel too comfortable. You may not move too much. You may be lazy. You may be stuck and stagnant. So everything in life is about finding that medium. So so that's our first chakra, the red.
Can I ask you something about since you were speaking on that? I read somewhere about we should be more barefoot than we are. Is that something does that have something to do with that?
Indeed. And yes, especially as far as charging or bringing that root chakra into balance. What do they call it? They might call it grounding, earthing.
Oh yeah, I think
right.
that was the term too. Yeah.
Yes, but walking
So that's
barefoot
some truth to
in
that.
the grass because energy.
Okay. All
when
right.
we talk
Okay.
about energy, I could go all day. But
Right.
but
But
the
Earth
connection.
vibrates at a
Mhm.
certain frequency,
Mhm.
and it's healing to take the rubber off your feet
Okay.
Mhm.
and put your feet in the ground
Okay.
and receive those vibrations.
That's what I. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Thank you.
Every
Thank you
once
both.
in a while, as much as you can, honestly.
Right,
but
right.
Definitely.
All right.
Get your feet in the dirt.
Okay.
And your
Okay.
hands too,
All
all
right.
that good
All
stuff.
right. Thank you.
So yeah, definitely. And
Mhm.
as many questions,
Okay.
pop in. But so you started the root, then we move up and we get into our sacral chakra, that is orange.
Okay.
Sacred, it's expression. It's connected to your genitals and your
Okay.
digestive
All right.
system.
All right.
I was actually reading about this the other day, and it's what you take in, but also what you let go of.
Mm.
So, as far as being in balance, that means you have a healthy relationship with your expression, with letting things go.
Okay.
Which is resonating heavy. I got to speak on that just
Yeah.
because personally, what I'm going through, and I feel like this last couple of years of quarantine and stuff, a lot of people fell off. A lot of people were not meant to be in your environment. And you had to learn to let those people go. So I'll say sacral chakra is definitely big on that. Sexual energy, of course,
Right,
and just making sure that you are comfortable being vulnerable, honestly, and being intimate. It's a difference, I'll say the music pushes a lot of this.
Yes.
Fast life,
Yes.
fast living,
Yeah.
but sensualness is what used to be in old school music where
Right,
you
right.
kind of dance before you got into
man, you had to work.
you had to do a little something, and just building that vulnerability. People are so scared, to be themselves, honestly, because of society.
I
Because
agree.
if you're not going to be accepted, whatever the case. So, sacral chakra is about just now that you're comfortable, being who you are you comfortable sharing that with the world? Are you comfortable, in your relationships expressing that?
Okay.
So that's moving on up a little bit.
Heavy.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. Orange. And then you get into your solar plexus. That is the third chakra. It is yellow. This is in your stomach. This is in your gut. So
okay.
It's real powerful. These are the three base chakras. So these are the ones most people get stuck in because it's connected to your body, to survival, to how you operate, honestly, in society.
From
Solar
the term
plexus.
in my gut feeling. That's okay. So that's that's not just a term. That's okay.
That is real. That is energy.
Okay.
And gut is one of the first things that's created when you're coming to be as a fetus. Your digestive system from the butthole. I think that is the first thing, but it goes up. So it all connects. But that gut, that is your source of power. That's your ego. And ego, especially in woke world, people be trying to demonize, good and bad and stuff.
Yes.
Of course, ego can get, extreme, but ego is a good thing because, again, that's how we operate in this world. You have to be a person, you have to be a personality. And that is your power, like who you choose to be.
Okay.
And so as you get to your solar plexus, that's your identity. Yes, indeed. Your identity. So how you present yourself, how you assert yourself, how you go after what you want, and not let things get taken from you, stuff like that. It's power.
All of that is surrounded in the gut.
In the gut, exactly. And
that is
people feel that connection, and when you're not doing something that your gut is telling you to do, or when you're not listening, and that's a choice that people make, but
wow,
that intuition is there. It always is there. And I think, and that's why restoring faith, is so important to me because people, and I get it as far as not wanting to believe in a higher power, especially when, you have trials and tribulations and you where was but that comes with blame, like trying to victimize yourself. And you have the power.
Because I did that.
Right.
All the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Everyone does. It's hard not to, you
Right,
know.
right.
And
when you're trying and you're trying.
I'm telling you,
I don't want to go
take
to the teller with a
responsibility
medal.
and take accountability and all that stuff. But that's those lower chakras,
Okay.
and we get stuck. We get stuck
Mm.
there so much, and it's not even half of what's out there. So just being aware and really working at yourself to transcend, you know, beyond. Definitely.
That's a big chakra, man. That when you just think about situations that you be in, for some reason your stomach get to feeling weird.
Exactly.
It all depends on what's going on and how you moving, but that's what that is. Right.
It's potent.
Hey, that's heavy.
It's
Okay.
potent. I'm gonna throw something else in there because I feel
absolutely
called or whatever.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna add alchemy to this, and I'll say this is usually how I do my chakra crystal alchemy class. I'll put it all together because it all connects.
Absolutely, yeah, we're with you.
But since we're talking about what these 3 levels do, I want to say how you would transcend, you know, beyond it as you get to the higher level. So we'll start there. I think it's a good place. Alchemy has 7 steps as well. So 7, yeah, that's my favorite number, you know.
Yeah.
It's lucky. So these 7 steps kind of correlate with the chakras as well. As far as alchemy is how you transform lead into gold. If anybody's heard the little story, you know, the philosopher's stone, and that's how they teach it in school when they talk about it. But it goes deeper, as always.
Right,
you know?
right.
So not only transforming lead into gold, but transforming yourself into gold. We are golden. We are light, you know. So we get dim, you know, we get dark sometimes too, honestly. But you have a chance every day to build yourself back up. So that is what alchemy is at its core. It's for your spirit. It's for the transformation of you. Okay. And so, start right. Starting at the beginning with the root chakra, the first step in alchemy is calcination. Calcination is fire. It is burning. It's the burning of your thoughts. So purifying of your thoughts, because we think so much all day. Yes. And what's crazy is our thoughts don't even come from us. And that's hard to even conceptualize.
Speak on it.
But what you realize is ideas kind of float in the air. They float regardless. Ideas, thoughts, communication is an airy element, you know, it's because it connects, if that makes sense. So they float. They come to you, you either stick and hold on to that idea or you let it pass. A lot of times we get stuck on ideas that limit us. You know, we get stuck on doubts. We get stuck on people telling us we can't do something, you know, or we can't be something, or us telling ourselves, you know, clearly I did this, so I can't be anything but this, you know, with the case. Calcination, and with that root chakra is burning all of it, you know, like, because none of it is you, none of it matters, you know. And it's like, if you're gonna choose to think something good, you know, choose to think something that's gonna develop you. But just realizing you have control over that, because even like intrusive thoughts, if you've heard of that, as far as people who struggle with feeling suicidal, you know, they'll say it's an intrusive thought. A thought literally intruded their brain and made them feel, you know, like they were ready to, but it comes and goes. Like, it's not you.
So
like,
it depends on what you let sit.
Exactly, what you hold on to, what you attach yourself to. And so in the calcination process, it's a meditation. Everything can be a meditation, but it's taking yourself out of your head, you know, getting out of your own way and observing these thoughts as they come and deciding, you know, what are you going to let play rent free in your head, you know, and what can move on, you know, what can burn away. So definitely clarifying and calcination.
Calcination.
Yes, burning. If you've heard of calcified pineal glands, that's where they have like fluoride in the tap water and all this toxic media to freaking block you from your blessings, you know, from your magic and your power. So the first step is to burn it all the way, so you can regain access to that. Let me drink some water real quick. Yes, I love this stuff.
And it's like, as you're speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea of what you're speaking about
Mm-hmm.
because of what I felt.
Exactly.
I just didn't know what I was feeling.
Exactly.
But speaking to you, a lot of stuff is being uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Especially recently. We are in some powerful times
Yes.
these days.
Yes.
Let me tell you. Mm-hmm.
So
oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I gotcha. And I'm glad that it's resonating. It definitely, when I was reading this, it hit me like a train.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll say a little fun fact. Alchemy comes from Egypt. Comes from Kemet, actually. It's Al-Kemet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I learned
everything
that.
is connected.
And I was like, oh, that's my people.
Yeah, everything is connected.
Trying to spread this knowledge. So definitely gotta carry the torch, keep it burning. So,
y'all feeling it out there?
Yes. Yes, indeed. So now we're moving up back to the sacral chakra. I love this one. I hate it though because it's the emotions.
Oh, okay.
This is where you get into your feelings.
Okay.
And,
this the one.
right, this is the one. And that's what I was saying before too, as far as being vulnerable, being intimate, letting things go.
Yeah.
So in alchemy, this stuff is called dissolution, dissolving. Now that you've burned all this stuff, you gotta get in some water, cool it down a little bit and feel it, because even, being aware that, you're greater than this, or knowledge is power, sure, but feelings is power. Feelings is really where motivation comes from, where drive comes from, where you do things based off your feelings. You react, and you should respond. But regardless, whatever you're doing is because of how you feel. And the way that you do it is because of how you feel. So dissolution is feeling it. I just gotta say that because there's so many things we keep in the shadow. There's so many things that we hide,
especially
that we're ashamed
nowadays.
of. Exactly. With society, they tell us it's not okay, and so we go our whole lives thinking this isn't okay, but it's still you. It's still a part of you. It's still something that can be expressed in a healthy way. Regardless of what anybody has to say about it. So tapping into that and releasing, honestly, there's so many bottled up emotions, whether that be sadness, be anger, that we're taught we're not supposed to feel, and as soon as you express that as an adult, people look at you like, why are you tripping? Nobody wants to comfort you most of the times, because you should handle, you're not supposed to express that, but that's not true. And I'll say, I was watching some kids one day and it just hit me. They were playing, and one of these kids, a little girl, she fell down, she started crying. And, everybody's all like, oh man, we gotta, but we wait, because how we are. We was chilling, we was trying to, like, she gonna be okay.
Right.
And then all the kids, though, start running to her, like, oh my God, are you okay? They give her hugs, all that stuff. She get up, she started playing again. And it was just beautiful to see when you think about it, because as an adult, you cry and you want to go by yourself, you don't want to be in front of people, and then if people see you, they don't react that way, like naturally,
not with all the love,
exactly. Pure. And kids, you learn so much from kids just because they have not been tainted by this world. So just seeing the natural response, and just recognizing it myself and other people around me,
So basically, why should that have changed?
Exactly.
Like what you're getting at.
Exactly. Okay. And then you become an adult and have to teach yourself again how to cater to your emotions, and, ain't it crazy?
Yes, that. Man. Yes.
Ain't it crazy? But that's
I'm just over here thinking about some of my stuff that I got going on in the past up until now. So Yes. Okay.
I hate that stuff, but you need it, because once you clear all that up, you feel lighter, and once you feel lighter, you move into that air element in your solar plexus. That's the third alchemy step. It is called separation. So just to make sure, you start with calcination, burning the thoughts, dissolution, dissolving those emotions, separation. Now you got to pick apart all the little pieces and choose what you want. Now you done discovered, you're good, you're bad, the ugly. Now you got to choose what you want. And not only that, but act on it. So we done thought about it, we done felt it. Now we got to do it, you know, and that's the solar plexus. That's your power. That's your gut. That's your energy. That's your motivation, you know. It's like you can say all this stuff all day, but if you're not doing it, you know, it's like,
then what?
Yeah, you just talk it. And so that's when you put it into action. And yeah, I'll say a lot of people be aggressive, you know, like they can abuse this energy and make it seem like it's a competition, like, oh, I'm superior, you know, things like that. But the goal in this life is just to be the fullest expression of yourself, you know, to be you to the fullest. And so it's not about being compared to anybody in any type of way. So not to abuse that, but just to say, once you know who you are, once you figured it out, you got to start taking the steps to become that person, to embody it. It's a struggle, you know. It's easier said than done, as all things are.
Yeah, when it's time to put it in action.
Exactly. And honestly, you shouldn't even talk about it too much. You know, don't say it until you do it. You know? But yes, indeed. So that is the third step, and then I'll teach the rest of it together. This is the lower chakra. So this again is base, what you feel on a daily, what most people get stuck in. Now we're moving on.
Okay, now. All right, now.
Yes. To my favorite chakra personally, the heart chakra. That is green. Green, of course, love, nature, growth, development, you know, compassion, self-love, because people talk about love all day in these relationships and stuff, and they talk about it in a conditional way, like in a what can you do for me, you know, like type of love. It's not what it is.
Right.
Not at all. Again, TV, you know, music makes it seem so, but real love, God's love, is unconditional. And I talk about this a lot, and it amazes me. People will say, you know, it's just not believing. People really don't believe in something being unconditional because of so many times in life where you've shown the opposite, you know.
So they just stuck on that.
Exactly. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I'd be like, it's real, it's out here. But and I'll say first and foremost, it comes from you. Everything comes from within. It's inside out always. And self-love, you have to love yourself, and loving yourself is more than just saying it, but it's doing it. You know, if you love yourself, you're gonna do what's best for you. You know, you'll get up in the morning, you know, you'll work out, you'll eat right, you know, you'll treat yourself right. But and you won't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. You can love someone and let them go and, you know, take your space because they're not what's healthy for you at the time and want what's best for them. You know, like that's cool. You know, you do you. I just can't be around you right now. You know, it's no bad blood, you know, but that's still love. And people confuse loyalty. They feel like, you know, oh, you're supposed to stick with me forever if I'm toxic, you know, like if I'm bringing you down, you're supposed to ride or die, you know, and it's like, no, if you love them, if you were really loyal to them, you would let them, you know, do what they need to do for their development while you do the same for you. And then when it's meant to be, it comes back around and all that stuff. Love, you know, I love love, but people don't get it. I think love is energy. It's everything. God is love, and so to be alive is love. To see anything that you see is a reflection of you. You know, like it's just showing you back your life, honestly. And so you could either love it or fear it. I don't think it's love and hate. I think it's love and fear. And if you live in fear, you know, you are in defense mode, you're in survival mode. And this society puts us in that. It's survival of the fittest. They make you feel like you have to compete.
Dog,
you know,
dog.
Pretty much. That's what they tell you. And that's not. It can be a truth. You can live by that, but there's other ways. You know, I promise you.
It's all on how you getting down.
Exactly. And it's like when you spread love, you receive love. And I just feel like my whole life is an example, a living example of, I don't think I've been through too much. Thankfully, I got these awesome parents, you know, who was able to
did that for you.
You know, ensure this mentality and stuff. But even still, you know, like walking on the streets, you know, and being safe and just feeling protected. And any experience that happens to you, you've manifested, good or bad. And it's hard to take that responsibility, especially with some of the crazy things that happen in this world. But it's all a manifestation of you and something that you have brought into your life. So living with love or with fear, and just understanding your why and your purpose, the intentions behind whatever you do and where it is coming from. It's either coming from one or the other when you get to the bottom of it,
That means you got to be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
You got to be honest with yourself. If you're doing what she's talking about, you can't be lying to yourself. It ain't going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that ain't going to work.
Right. And being aware, so many people live on autopilot. So many people live in loops and cycles of habits and patterns that they started and did not stop.
That's part of the reason why.
And then you don't know why, because now you just feel like this is just something you do, and you didn't take the time to unpack, to get to the bottom of where did this start. What is the source of this, and just believing that you could change. That's the biggest thing about faith and about belief in general, that no one is stuck. You're never stuck. You're constantly growing, even when you are doing the shenanigans, you know? And it's just, which direction are you growing in? Are you letting this world take you, or are you taking the world? It's your world. It's we only live as ourselves. I can only see with my eyes, It's up to me. And that's the heart chakra, love is so deep. It's not just about, a relationship, a little boyfriend, it's about you, So there's that. And so I'll say the step in alchemy for that is called conjunction. Conjunction is bringing it all together. That's like a corner, we're all connects, It's my favorite. And so they call this the, what do they call it? I know it's copper as far as metal, the false gold. And because when you get to the step, life feels pretty good. Like you manifesting, you feel good, you start to see some of that beauty, the love of life, the green, the vibrancy.
Little something. You said a little something.
You get a little sneak peek, and it's feeling good, but you definitely still have a little more ways to go. But conjunction is where it all comes together. It's where you start to embody and spread that love, spread that compassion. Now that you love yourself and do for yourself, you can do for others, A lot of times, me included, do so much for others and then leave like that little, if anything, left for me. And that is not healthy. It's equally as toxic as any bad stuff you could be doing, And toxic positivity is real.
Wow.
I just want that to be
makes sense.
said.
I never heard of that term, but damn, that make a lot of sense.
When I heard it, I was triggered. I was like,
positivity.
Toxic positivity. And I was
Did y'all hear that?
And I definitely want to say that, especially in association with A.M.P.S, because as far as appearance, when you don't know how things look from the outside, I'm sure we seem
positive,
like, happy go lucky, smiling and stuff. Everything is not all good. I don't even believe in good or bad. Things just is. But toxic positivity is when you ignore the negative, when you don't cry, when you just are too good to actually feel what's going on with you. And then not only that, when you don't acknowledge those bad feelings, you get stuck again, doing some comfortable stuff when you could be doing more, and you're really not happy, doing what you're doing, but you not even allow yourself to feel that, because you're too busy trying to be caught up in pretending.
That's the word I was looking for.
I'm telling you, ego gets you every time, and you have to constantly reevaluate and be self-aware to keep growing. And I definitely, that's why I'll say dissolution and that sacral chakra, being vulnerable is hard, it took me a long time to tap into that, I'll say, because I was happy-go-lucky, I'm optimistic, I'm like, there is no problems in the bigger picture. And that's true to be aware of that, but if something affects you, you have to deal with that. And so do not let this woke culture, make you feel like everything is good. Stuff gets dark. You have light and dark. It's yin and yang. They come together, and it's just what you make of it. So, heart chakra conjunction.
That's heavy.
Together. It is. It is, and it's that's the middle way. As far as 7, so you have 3 bottom, 3 at the top. That's in the middle. You gotta live in
and that's the one in the middle. Wow.
Yes, indeed. So that's once you leave the base, lower chakras,
Right.
the physical stuff. You moving on up, as I keep saying.
Okay.
So yeah, after that we get into throat expression. Been talking a lot. But yes, and so this is where now that you are spreading this love, this is where you're speaking truth. Truth is truth. You know, there is fact and there is fiction.
Right. No in between.
There's no in between.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of opinions. You can be subjective, you know, you can have a personal truth, but truth is truth. People know what truth is. People know what lies is. And they might choose to believe in the lies, you know, they might
as we saw in this election.
Exactly, you know, but and it goes back to your gut too. You know, your gut is gonna tell you when some stuff is real and when it's not real, you know. And so a lot of people, especially in the society, put on, you know, like it's a front, it's a flex. We got social media now, so how do you present yourself, right? But so yeah, this is speaking your truth. This is also listening, because a lot of people love to talk, but you gotta listen. You just have to, and not, you know, like not hearing, you know, letting it go in one ear out the other, but truly like understanding what someone is telling you, you know, and taking it in, you know. So yeah, just being able to express your truth, to be honest. I gotta take a
look. Absolutely. Yes, y'all.
But right.
You're getting it today.
Yes, indeed. And so, conjunction. Okay, so we're getting to the fifth step. This is fermentation.
Okay.
It's about to get real. They call this the dark night of the soul. Once you start speaking your truth, which I've been learning these days, people are not going to like it, you know? People are not going to understand it. People are going to think that you switched up on them, you know? People are going to be like, who do you think you are? You know, like, how do you feel so high and mighty, you know, just because you have self-esteem? People do not like to see, and especially an insecure person will not like to see someone trying to step into their power. It's intimidating, you know?
They want to keep the company with them.
Exactly. And then also just once you start to accept certain things about yourself, and it can kind of take you to a lonely place, you know, as far, you know, and so I'll say it's a lonely stage in alchemy. Fermentation is like, it's the process of making alcohol. So it's like when you step on the grapes, you know, when you, whatever you do to the potatoes, you know, it's the nasty part before it gets good, you know. And it's a test, basically, because now you got to stand on your word. You know, now you got to speak up for yourself, you know, and not take anything, you know. No one else can do this but you. No one else can fight for you but yourself. Right, you. And they call it the dark night of the soul, and it's a test because you come from that last step, you know, you come from conjunction where life is looking beautiful. You think you mastered it, you know, you're like, yes, you know, I'm enlightened, you know. And then, as life always does, boom, it throws something at you, you know, something that shakes you up, something that's uncomfortable, you know, like something that knocks you off the path you thought you was going on. You know, it just shows you, it wakes you up to something new, and it's usually painful. You know, it could come in the form of a death. You know, maybe you lose somebody, maybe you lose your job. You know, whatever the case. But it was going good,
or just multiple bad things, or negative things towards you,
and you find yourself at the bottom. You know, like where there's nowhere else you can go. And now that you done built yourself up, it's like this is a test. You know, the universe is always like, are you who you say you are? You know.
I had that.
Exactly. Oh, it comes.
I had that 2018.
Yeah.
I had mine.
Yeah.
As you're speaking. Yeah, I was solo after multiple things happened to me that year.
Exactly.
I almost lost my mom. The pain clinic I was at, it cut me loose due to, you know, nothing, you know, but it was just multiple on top of things. I think within the span of like 90 days, house was broken into, you know. So it was, I went through exactly that. And I remember being by myself, you know, literally, you know, in the house that I had, it was just me.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Eye opening. But go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah.
I'm just saying that because if you've been through that, this is what she's discussing. So
right.
you ain't by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. You ain't by yourself.
And I love that you added that too, just because lonely, you know,
Yeah.
like the solitude.
Yeah.
And you really have to do it alone, you know, like no one else can do this for you. And it's up to you to stand on your word, you know, to be all that you know that you can be, because you always have that potential, regardless if you're in the dark or the light, you know, you got to continue to shine. So yeah, life takes us. It takes us, to them places. But it's for our betterment, and we still have to be grateful. We needed it, you know. We wouldn't be where we are today without it.
Boom.
So trust you, me.
Because it was the same year I came up with this.
Exactly.
It was the same year. And all of a sudden, just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, "Are you kidding me? You remember?"
Yes, indeed.
And so here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen,
right.
That shook me up. Oh boy. But yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Hey, I try. But yeah, so that's the sound bowl too. That is that third chakra. I'll say the blue, the third chakra, and the orange, the sacral chakra, are my favorites. Also, everything is my favorite. I love everything, but I'll say they're my favorites because that's what I struggle with the most. I feel like personally, that expression, that being comfortable, you know, saying what you have to say, not being a yes man, you know, not people pleasing, you know, standing in your truth because it's what's best for you. And so, expression, you know, like just be yourself. You know,
yes,
always. So to reiterate, we got calcination, burning the thoughts, dissolution, dissolving the emotions, separation, you know, acting on who you are, conjunction, you know, bringing it all together to spread that love, fermentation, breaking it down, one more time. It's the test. It's the test to see if you really about it, you know, is you about it.
Fermentation.
And then we move on up again, and we get into the third eye chakra. Bam. You know, we have two eyes to look and one to see, and that one is right here. We are the creators of our reality. Everything is a reflection of us.
I wish,
we are the creators of our entire reality, of every crumble and piece, all of it. It's all us. It's a direct reflection. It's legit like you wake up and look into a mirror and everything that you see. I hope it hits home because it's so real.
Yes.
The table is me. You know? Like it all is a reflection of me. And with that power comes great responsibility, let me tell you. Because you can see whatever you want to see. Like I said, love or fear. You can see this life with open arms and be ready to embrace it and let it hug you back. Or you can run away from that thing and it's going to chase you, you know, you're going to be running forever. So it's like, which way, you know? And again, that goes with your thoughts, you know, like if a situation happens and you think the worst, you know, like, oh, of course, you know, like this always happens to me, you know, it's their fault. It's, you know, if you want to feel like things are out of your control, then by all means, let this world take you, you know, like that's, you give it permission. And that's all it can do. Like life goes on. Life goes on whether you want it to or not. You know, you can stop, but
time
keeps
still
going. It keeps going. And so with that third eye, your reality, that's magical, honestly. That's when you start attracting into your life what you want, you know, that's when you start seeing and believing, you know, and seeing the beauty in things and being in the present moment. Time. Time is such a construct, y'all. Let me tell you. And people get stuck in the past, people get stuck in the future. When you're stuck in the past, you're depressed because you wish things could be different, because you regret, you know, because some old stuff happened, you know, and you just can't let go of it, even though it's not here anymore. Like, you're right here, right now, but you still back there, you know? Or you're in the future, and so you're so worried, you're so anxious, anxiety about some stuff that hasn't happened yet, you know? TV, the news will have you
Yeah.
worried day in,
Oh,
day out
24/7.
about some stuff
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
you can't even control.
Right,
Because
right.
we can't control everything, but we can because you can control yourself.
Right.
I'll say people have trust issues all the time, especially this relationship, you know,
Mhm.
toxic women, toxic men, you know, they go back and forth all
Yes,
day with the
indeed.
bitterness
Yeah.
and stuff. But a reflection of the inside again, and it just shows if you trust yourself, you don't have to worry about trusting another goddamn,
Right,
you know,
right.
because
Right.
all you know is you know,
Right.
and if you are doing what's best for you, then everything else is a reflection of that.
Right.
And
Which is gonna be all good.
exactly.
Yeah.
And people hate looking in the mirror. You know, like
Gotta
they
be
don't
honest
want to
with
see
yourself.
themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want to see themselves. So yeah, that is that third eye chakra, and they call it distillation. That's how you purify.
Yeah.
Something, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I see still
distillation.
play on words, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it all connects.
Yeah.
You know? It's really a beautiful thing. But so yeah, that is where now that you passed the test, you know, now that you've made it through the trials and the tribulations, and you're starting to embody it, you know, and so you've created this reality, and people see you as that, and you see them as that.
Right.
It's coming into balance, like really walking that middle path as you almost get to Christ consciousness, you know. I'll say this stage to me it's a little in between, honestly.
Okay.
Like everything about it is a duality coming together, you know, masculine and feminine, you know, light and dark is being both and expressing both equally, you know, like it's a fine line, you know, you walk on, you know, in this journey. But we all are capable, you know, and it's our line, you know, we're not walking somebody else's line. We are being us, you know, and being created, like God making a you and a me, like with purpose, you know, with intention. And so it's doing what we came here to do at this point.
Right.
So that's distillation.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, indeed. So purity. And then lastly, we get to the crown chakra. Put it on our heads. You know, this is actually right on top of us. You can still feel it, I think, when you meditate and put your attention on it, but it's not physically
like what we have inside.
It's right, right on top. And that's Christ consciousness. That is divine will. That is straight from the source. Like you hear your intuition and move accordingly. Like there's nothing else. There's no distractions. Right. There's no. It's pure. It's golden. You know, like it's light. It's God's light, you know, pouring into you in alignment, you know, so that you're always at the right place at the right time. You know, you always move according to the will, you know, to divine will. And I'll say these days, duality, man, because everything is meant to be all the time. I truly believe in that. And so I feel like even the mistakes you make were meant to be, you know, like you needed to, like if it wasn't meant to be, it wouldn't have happened, you know. And so, but at the same time, once you become aware and in tune, you know, to that frequency, to that divinity, you know, then it's like assurance, you know, like you're moving in accordance to the plan and you are knowing of that, you know, versus feeling all over the place, you know, feeling like you're out of control. This is
you in tune.
Yeah, it's how else can you say it, you know? And so like when you talk about religion and Jesus Christ, you know, he wasn't the only Christ. There's plenty Christ, you know, Buddha is a Christ, you know, Christ is not his last name, you know, that is the name given to him once he's reached a certain level. And he spread the word. Like it's literally showing us a way to walk as far as being ourselves. And people look to it and say, oh, Jesus saved me. When Jesus was telling you, save yourself. Like you can, God is with you, God is with me. I did this with God. God is there, do it. You know, like, and that's what the Bible says too. The Bible says God is omnipresent, which means he is everywhere. Like he, now, you know, like period. Omnipotent, all powerful, meaning like all potential, you know, all energy. And then omniscient, all knowing. It doesn't say he's all good, you know, it doesn't say it's all sweet, you know, it says that he's there, that he's powerful, and that he knows. And people gotta realize that it's inside, it's inside out. If I don't say nothing else, it starts with you.
Yeah.
And so that is what AMPS is all about to you. The inspiration, like starting with me, I'm trying to better myself. And it's amazing to see like the connections I've made, like the community I found, like just by starting to walk the talk. Just I never would have thought, like legit. My middle school friend called me and my other friend on the phone and was like,
"Saw fell in your lap, so
exactly."
Yes.
And I thought of the name. We start ideas, and just to see in the physical, what taking an idea and believing in yourself and just doing it, just hey, see what happens and. It's beautiful. And that's I try to tell people because they'll be in that victim mode, they'll be like, oh, my life, but I promise you, like just believe in yourself, just take responsibility and it's going down, and it's going up, So yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Yes, indeed. And that last step, let's see, distillation, you get to the top, to the crown chakra. And that is called, I know it starts with a C. It's going to count. It's on my phone too if I need to get my notes.
Whatever, we done got plenty info.
Thank you, right?
So, yeah.
What is that last step of alchemy? It's not concentration. I'll grab it and I will say it. We got to the end. But, so yeah, I definitely think alchemy, chakras, astrology, crystals, it all comes together. And I don't think that you necessarily need any of these tools. Anything can be a tool, and it's just what resonates with you. Those are some of my favorites for sure. I know everybody isn't into astrology and stuff, but either way, I think it still connects, and just finding what works for you and self-care, like treat yourself right, treat everybody right, and it'll be good. Are you okay? Yeah, no worries. But yeah.
So this has been real enlightening. Because for me, while she was talking, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just thinking about, some of the things that I was going through and the feelings. And it's like, and when you started to talk about it, I was going to ask you, but I said, I'll just wait till you finish.
Coagulation.
Thank you, Dad.
That's it.
Coagulation. Thank you.
That's like to tighten it up then.
It's like a blood clot. It's such a cool, visualization.
Yeah, how all the steps are like that. All right, Pop gave me.
Right, I need it.
That's what we do, y'all. That's what we do over here. Yeah. So that's the last of
alchemy. And that's Christ consciousness, divine will, and God is really inside you. I'm actually reading this book called Conversations with God. It's so beautiful. It feels like a Bible, honestly, reading it. But our intuition, God speaks to us through our intuition, through those gut instincts, and people ignore it. People ignore it all day. And I'll say another thing, God does not always talk. People are waiting to hear this voice, this majestic, here I am.
Yeah.
Again, if life is a reflection of you and God is present at all times, everything that happens is a message from God right there, right now. Exactly. And take it, and listen to it and act accordingly, And so that's that Christ consciousness. That's when you don't even question it. You see it. You'd be like, oh, that
it's
right
blatant.
there. I know what it is,
It's blatant.
Exactly.
If a gentleman or female, whoever could be talking to you about something that you want to do, and it's just somehow he just spoke on it, she just spoke on it for whatever reason,
right? Exactly.
And you don't pick up on that. That's the supernatural I be talking about, those kind of things. So it don't have to be just him talking to you in your spirit. Somebody that in another office could be talking about what you're trying to go through or what you're trying to have done for yourself. And it's just individuals talking about it.
Exactly.
Something like that.
And the fact that you heard it, it was for you.
Wow. Y'all hear that?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, indeed.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
Yes, indeed. I love this.
This been pretty awesome, So what's the these are the cards?
Right. Oh, So I brought some tarot. This is if you're interested. So talking about the magic. So people be scared or
I'll be scared
uncomfortable. So I'll say personally, because there are some tarot readers out there, and everybody has their own ways. I can only show you mine.
Yeah.
I take everything with a grain of salt. I love to learn a little bit about everything.
No, I feel you.
So the way I do my tarot, and I guess the reason I got into it, I'm studying symbols these days. I really love symbols, whether it be a letter, a number, a picture, whatever the case. And tarot cards are all symbols. They're picture symbols.
Yeah.
As a picture itself, but then there's also little symbols inside the picture. And there's so much to decode.
Yeah.
Colors are symbols, and so you just take it how it resonates. The way I practice it, this is my community deck, I guess, because they say you're supposed to have one that you read for others and then one that you read for yourself. I don't have a personal one yet, but I may get one of these days.
Right.
This is for my peoples. I allow or let you put your energy on it, so I'll let you shuffle the cards, get on, feeling it, clapping your hands. I just hold it out for you. I do a 3-card spread because I'm not trying to get too complicated. I do past, present, future. It's however it resonates. So past could be a couple minutes ago. It could be some months ago, whatever the case. Future could be like in 2 seconds. Time is relative. So whatever the case. But it's just a symbol. I read one for my dad one time. He resonated. He liked it. I was like, cool. I might be doing a little something. But I just Google what the card means, Well, I'll say first, once we lay it out, I let you look at it, look at the picture. How does it make you feel? What is sticking out to you? What the colors mean? Because I want it to come from you first. I don't want to, make advice.
And that's heavy. That's good.
Exactly. And I'll say personally, I love doing it. Exactly. I love doing it that way for us to learn together, for one, but just to show you the powers in your hands. I don't like when people try to tell you, all about, they coming from, we all here, we all got access to the same, abilities. So I try to put it in your hands just in case you ever want to do this yourself. Okay. But I say we get into it, get a little insight. I also stress that nothing is good or bad. Like even the card or the message, it's never gonna be like, oh, someone's gonna die or something.
I think that's what people be, worried about.
It's never gonna be.
See, I remember those Live and Let Die, James Bond. She flipping the cards and you saying all that crazy stuff. So it's it's a lot of.
Right, I'll say the way I be
doing like
you're
playing spades or something.
Right.
And shuffling.
I'd be like.
So, but do you shuffle them or just spread them?
No, shuffle them first. Yeah, definitely mix it around a little bit, and however you want. I be having to break them up, and it's a lot of cards, man. Okay, as far as tarot, there are 22 major arcana, which are big themes, like life themes, big symbols, and just major themes. And then there's the minor arcana. There's 56, which is actually where spades and where card games come from. I'm telling you, this is the source. But and those are more specific as far as the situations in your life. This one is Rider Waite. There's different types and stuff for anyone who's interested. They have an Egyptian one, Tahath or Thoth, however you say the god. But there's different types. I need to get that deck because they cool. Egypt, I gotta see what my people is talking about.
Absolutely.
Tahath. It's like Thoth or Thoth or.
I know it's what y'all want to see.
Right. Oh, I didn't know that was another name too. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I will spread these for you. I guess we'll show the cards once you choose them, and then just pick whichever one you want, and then lay them this way, and then we'll flip them. Okay. All right. Is there any preference? I could just.
That's what. Cool. And lay it like this. The boys on the 83 Campbellton Road. 3 car mine on the bus.
Yeah, I've seen a couple times.
Get another one?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready. Okay. Last but not least.
Let me get this one at the bottom.
Mm.
I can do that?
Oh, yeah. Awesome. It's all up to you. Okay. Right. All right. And so, according, which do you feel like is your past or your future? How you lay them out?
I might say this.
That's the past. Okay. Awesome. Let's flip it.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Flip to you? Okay.
And however you flip it,
like, yeah,
that's
you
how
tell
it
me.
is. Feel comfortable, however you just do it. Ooh, I figured you was gonna get some major arcana to you just because it's your first time. We'll go one by one.
Oh, I got it upside down.
Right, it's upside down to you, so it's reversed. It's not bad.
Oh, that's a whole meaning too, then.
Mm-hmm. Everything means something. So, right, he got the.
Ali, what the hell?
Oh no, man.
The world is a pretty dope card. If y'all could see, it's so many symbols. So I'll let you look at it straight on. But what is it feeling like for you? The name, the image.
Oh, the world. That's the name of the card.
Mm-hmm. The world. And that's representing your past as well.
I mean, because it's got the lion, it's got this thing here, like, you know, bull, I've always wanted the world. I mean, in some form of fashion. I mean, that's the whole reason why I dropped out of high school, thinking I'm finna
conquer this world.
Yeah.
I feel that.
That's the only thing, you know, I don't know what that is at the top, but her, I like women.
Okay.
I like,
yeah,
know.
Of course.
Remember we talked about campaign on the other episode, you know, we campaigned to get women. So
yes, indeed.
That's what I would think about on that. And at the top, I'm not sure what are those, like birds are.
All right, an eagle and a person. This actually deals with astrology as far as symbols. The Leo is the lion, Taurus bull. This eagle is actually for Scorpio, and then the person is for Aquarius. Those are the fixed signs. Mm-hmm. So we're the energy that holds it down. I'm a Taurus.
Okay. All right.
But so that's a symbol. You also got this little circle around the lady.
That's something too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely powerful, and it's green.
Yeah, green.
Very interested, and she's wrapped in some blue sash. She's got 2 little ones in her hand. The world, very interested. It's a powerful card for sure. I actually have not pulled or seen anybody pull it before, so I'm like,
okay.
What you were doing. But let me see. I'm gonna grab a phone because, like I told y'all, I just Googled this stuff. You know, see what it's talking about.
Absolutely.
1 second.
How y'all feeling out there?
Right.
Ready for your tarot card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never think I would do any of this before.
Yes,
but here we are.
It's pretty cool. Ooh, okay. So they say reversed as far as like a summary, seeking personal closure. And I do see the closure as far as with the little circle, maybe some shortcuts, maybe a few delays in the past. They're saying, it was like breaking an attachment. To accept and embrace where you are now, and just it's talking about letting go since it's reversed in the past. Let's see, to fulfill a big goal, but needing to take all the steps, trying to find a shortcut, the easy way out.
Y'all hear that, huh?
Right, it's probably close to finishing a project. And just slacking. You chugging along.
We've been talking earlier, I mean.
No, I feel that too, honestly. But so it was like it could have been a little frustrating as you climbing that mountain, but of course, encouragement to keep going to the top. You know, and release anything that's weighing you down. You know.
Okay.
So that's where your past. That's where you was coming from.
All right.
Where you at right now? Let's see. Ooh, Five of Pentacles. And this one is facing you this time. I'll show the camera as well. So you kind of see you got somebody following someone. Looks like they're in the code. Pentacles is a sign for earth. That's the earth element. So that's usually material. That's like currency. That's money. Abundance type thing. What do you see from looking at it? What does it make you feel?
Well, just by looking at it, the weather, I like the winter time.
Okay.
So, it looks like it's cold and snow. It brings me peace. The winter brings me peace. I feel like, when fall and winter come, it's like a cleansing for the earth. I've always felt that. So that's what I see right off the rip. I don't know. Maybe these are crutches.
Right, yeah.
Maybe so she's helping or he's helping. I'm in the medical field, so I like to help.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what this is up here, so I can't really tell you what that would do.
Right. It looks like a church almost,
right.
like one of those stained glass windows. Yeah. Possibly.
So, but why, outside? I don't know. I used to go to church.
Okay.
But it's more business now. It's more speaking on finances and and so I don't know. Maybe because they outside, they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go inside. I want to have a better relationship than I can if I'm outside of it because of maybe that's along the lines of it.
Interesting. Yeah, I like it. So I'll say what I have found could be a period of isolation. Could be some time to yourself, to accomplish things, to get back on your feet,
Oh, it's saying like now.
Oh.
Okay.
Does that resonate? How's it feeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interested.
Because I stay busy, but I am trying to do something. So.
I feel that personally too. Hey, it might be for me, but. Yes, indeed. They said that this is like a temporary phase, but that you're just taking some time alone. Feeling like you may have been left in the cold, or like you don't have a support per se, and so that's why you're doing it by yourself.
Oh.
This may be for me. I'm feeling it. It's probably for both of us. But
come on down, get your car in, yeah, boy.
Right. They did say that is a church window.
It is,
and that it is lit nearby. So they said, even though you feel alone, and there's stuff around you that you got some resources.
Right. Okay.
And it was like, don't miss it. Like if you look for it, it's there.
Okay.
It is there. And yeah, just don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, because you got it.
Okay, dig that.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, like they just said make sure you're putting your attention and intentions into what you want, and it'll come to you. So don't worry. It's pretty much saying don't worry. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
All right.
Don't worry, you got this. And let's move on. Let's see. Ooh, 9 of Wands. I'm sorry. Show the peoples. Yeah.
And that's called the 9 of Wands.
Okay. Wands is an air element, so I say communication. 9 is like a number of completion and finality. That's like right before you get to double digits, He's holding one and he's got the rest behind him. A blue sky looking out. What you think? What's it making you feel? And you pulled it this way. It was facing you. Yeah, it was.
It's like maybe I don't know. It's a couple of things. Where alone and you doing whatever you got to do, solo, and don't know, but it's hard to depict of why he has that one and left the other ones. Maybe
let's see which 1, 2, 3. You got like the fourth one.
so that's probably a meaning too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he felt comfortable with this one, and he's getting ready to go further into whatever he wants to go further
right,
into.
the journey. Yeah.
And this wand he wants to take with him.
Right. Okay.
And now that could be a metaphor for something else.
Yeah.
And these are others that he probably I guess I dealt with because he grew them maybe and said but I like this one. I'm gonna pick this one and I'm gonna take this one with me on my journey. I can see that.
I like that. That's reminding me too of separation from alchemy. So it's like once you done picked everything out, it's like what you leaving behind.
Right. So that's
I like that.
That's
Yes. And I will say I'm liking with the interwebs. They said it is showing resilience, courage, persistence, test of faith, some boundaries. So, and I like tarot too because I feel like it kind of tells a story. Like once you put it all together, it seems like, what do we say about the world? The world is like, let's that was I'm gonna just go back. I know we said something about closure.
Oh,
right.
We're talking about the world here.
Yes, releasing what was in the past. That was the world. And then taking on for your new journey. Then you got here. You might be by yourself, but you got some stuff around you that can help you out when you need to. So keep going. And this says you got it. It says you're about to step into that embodiment. That persistence, the resilience. It is a completion. So.
And I think I see because. A lot of times I be wishing my pop was here to see where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can, because I still be, you know what I'm saying? He left and I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to deal with that on a daily basis.
Definitely.
And so I ain't never really seen that ever be in closure. You know what I'm saying? So but I live my life through him because of his teachings. But it was some, and didn't know what was going on with him.
Yeah.
And when they finally found me, and it was a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And so I kick myself, all the time. But
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard not to.
Yeah.
But I'll say what I've been learning and experiencing about spirit, just about energy, like once we leave these physical bodies, then you really get to experience that limitless. Like you don't have to be in person to touch or to be touched, and feel in the presence of somebody when they're not here, when they're not here at all, when they're gone, but it's felt and he's here. And he's here even when you think about him, the memories and speaking on it, I feel it, so it's never lost, always there. And then taking it with you too, taking the best out of that and living through you.
Yeah. Damn. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. Yes, indeed.
That was dope, y'all.
Yeah, that's a little tarot. I think my favorite part about it too, again, because take everything with a grain of salt. So whatever hits, it's supposed to hit. But opening up, like I love real, genuine conversations, just being able to connect, and if anything else, that's why I bring these little cards out so that we can get into it, like let's talk about it.
So before we go, tell the people where they can find you again.
Yes, indeed.
Before we get out of here, because this was heavy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So for the close, I'm Evad Ponder. I go by Ava. A.M.P.S is the business, the nonprofit. You can find us at amps.wellness on Instagram. That is AMPS.wellness on Instagram. ampswellness.org is the website, AMPS Wellness on Facebook, on Twitter, just holla. And yeah, we are always open to collaborating, to working with others, just chopping it up. We host events, so we are typically doing something once a week, whether it's a discussion,
right.
or some workouts, some yoga, some chakra crystals, anything and everything. We go to Skate Town, we are just trying to
yes, indeed.
do something positive, something uplifting, and we host events for other organizations as well as with others. So whether you want us to do something for you or do something with us, we're open to all of it. We want everybody and anybody, so we are welcome, and thank you.
All right. Thank you again. So I hope y'all learned something today. I hope you felt something today. I want to thank you again. This show, it took me by surprise.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to, get into myself as much as I did today. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you for that, because you revealed some things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, and I hope she did for you as well, for the positive side.
Yes.
So as always, stay creative, be creative, because you are creative.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all next week. Be safe. Until then.